What's going on, YouTube? Just checking in, giving y'all this video about MCA and becoming an associate. The the part where they don't tell you about certain things when it comes to becoming an associate. Okay, when it comes to becoming an associate, okay, pretty much you become an associate, you get your benefits or whatever you want, and then you start getting in or whatever, and then you saying that you're making money right off back. You made money the first week or whatever. But from the way I see it, if you have like a background or something that may hinder you from even working a 9 to 5 job, you know, you pretty much won't be making sales. I mean, it's legit. Everything is true about, you get your $80 referral and all that stuff, but you will not see that money until all of your requirements for MCA have been met. Like, first of all, the background check that follows by the state license. The state license can be got in your state, true enough, just like your background can be got in your state. You really don't have to send it to MCA or TVC to have it sent off and get it done. Now, I've signed up and I've noticed that when most sponsors don't even tell you about all the little extra stuff that you will have to pay in order to get started. I mean, yeah, you can get your username, password for TVC Matrix, all that stuff, but they don't really just tell you off the bat that you can start making money right off top. You can make money off top, but you won't receive any of that commission until your background comes back positive without any flaws or anything on it. Then you get your state license so that you're able to sell the products of the company. So it's like me, on the other hand, I actually signed up or whatever, got up under a sponsor. I'm not calling the name or anything, but I got up under a sponsor or whatever. I wasn't never told anything about, backgrounds and state license and stuff like that. I eventually found out when I went through on the TVC Matrix where it says um, associates eligibility. It's it says it down in the list when you're doing your application, your background, um, the state license, pretty much everything that's gonna be like a checklist going down or whatever, and it's gonna have a certain percentage on there saying that you completed this much or not. Okay, I did that, and when it came down to it, I ended up catching myself paying twice for something I could have got in my own state. You know, would come to the background or whatever, when you can actually just go down to your local jailhouse. Like, I'm from Memphis, so it's 201 Poplar. I can go down there and get my own background check. All right. So going through that, waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. Made my first sale. I only made one sale just to make sure everything was going the way I wanted it to go. Made that first sale. Waited and waited. Didn't make my money off that, like they say, start today, get paid next week, first Friday. Well, the next Friday. I did that. They delayed my money. They didn't pay me. And on top of that, I sat up there and waited for an approval. And I'm asking, like, what's my status report on everything, whatever. But I'm thinking, like, with you being an independent sales associate or whatever, everything will be good to go. But when you have something on your record that hinders you from doing stuff, even when you go into a 9 to 5 job trying to work it, if you got something on your background dealing with any type of drug charges, felony charges, misdemeanor charge, depending on what it is, most jobs won't hire you. So, with this being said, I asked myself this question, like, okay, trying to become an independent sales associate, trying to make some stuff happen, trying to, get something better going for my life. I mean, I'm thinking this would be a good opportunity, but once again, another company that hinders you from trying to become better because they judge you on your background. Now, I mean, I know there may be some people that ain't got jobs or whatever that's got backgrounds or whatever. True enough. And I mean, I salute them. But one thing is, when it comes to you getting a sponsor, I mean, pretty much your sponsor supposed to give it to you gun barrel straight. Tell you everything. Even when it comes to you pay $40, you paying $20 a month for the membership, everything's good benefits. Yeah, which they are. They are good benefits. But when it comes to becoming an associate, they don't tell you none of that stuff about, getting state license and you got getting your background check or whatever, and you ain't got anything on your background that's gonna stop you from, working. So I called the associate and I talked to a lady or whatever about it the first time, and I asked her, what do they be looking for on your background? She couldn't tell me nothing, but she's customer service. So when I talked to somebody else and when I talked to them or whatever, and they was calling me back trying to give me the update on my state license, I asked her, you know, what was the results or whatever, and she said the MCA or TVC, whichever one of them, denied me of a state license, so I couldn't become an associate and make sales. So pretty much the little commission that I did make, I would never see that money. So one thing I can say though, that if you do apply to become an associate and then you get denied, they will refund your money for the state license, for trying to obtain a state license. You will get a refund on that. I will give them that. But all I'm saying is, make a long story short, is to really do your homework on certain businesses or whatever. Know their requirements. Know their pros and cons. I'm not saying MCA is a spam, but at least get to know more about it and knowing that, okay, they do background checks. Do they do state license? Do they do drug tests? Find out this stuff. Because, I mean, it'll save you a lot of money and time along the way. So this is my proof to you about the inside of MCA TVC that most sponsors don't tell you about. But to everybody out there that's making money, I salute y'all. Good job. Keep up the good work. You know what I'm saying? I look for more for y'all in the future to do, to have more. Shouts out to all of y'all. Much love. So, y'all hold it down, man. This is Bishop signing out.